Hey guys, sorry I did not post yesterday. I was kind of rushed everywhere because we ended up leaving earlier for Dream Tour because we were making a stop on the way. Sorry if my voice is a little off. I did a lot and I'm like screaming, well not really, well some screaming and singing and my voice decided to pretty much give up on me. And by the time I was done, literally late last night, I got late last night and you know basically late last night I realized my voice was it was no, you might be losing your voice. And I'm like, I want to show you everything I got and tell you all about it and everything that happened. So, the first, so literally, I know I was gonna make a makeup tutorial or a get ready video, but I was super rushed and I kind of had a last minute change of plans because I was planning to wear the JoJo unicorn dress that I have. And I have these JoJo pajama pants, but they're also just everyday kind of long pants. And I also was planning to wear my JoJo Dream Tour jacket. Ah. And you guys know it, you've seen it, I'm gonna toss it over there. And then I was planning for the makeup look to do some petite and pretty makeup and make a nice little makeup look with some glitter in my hair and all over and glitter on my face and a JoJo workshop tattoo. But last minute, now the main part of that was the workshop tattoo, the JoJo workshop tattoo. That's what made it over the top at Stream, and I could not find it. Me and my dad both kind of looked. We couldn't find it, so I had to change plans. So, later on, I'm gonna post the photos. It's that right now I think Instagram messing up because my phone has internet, but I can't post. It's messing up, and I think it's my dad thinks it's Instagram and stuff. Since we haven't really had a full massive internet problem since we got this thing in the hallway, and we got I don't know what it is. It's a thing that's supposed to improve your connection because we bought it because I was having problems with Zoom, with dancing on Zoom because for some reason my computer or Zoom would throw me out sometimes and it was a mess. But now we don't have that problem anymore. So anyway, so I actually quickly we went okay, we're going to plan B. We're gonna do the JoJo Hard Eye. I started to do it and I realized that I was using my Petite and Pretty palette, which is amazing. I love it. But it wasn't working because it just looked like I was putting a bunch of glitter on my face. So I went plan C, glitter at Stream. And when I mean glitter at Stream, I mean at Stream. With so many explanation points. So I started with the eyes. Well, I actually started with the cheeks. And I just did a little bit of blush from my Petite and Pretty palette. just a little something. And then I did a blue sparkly eyeshadow. All of the makeup was from Petite and Pretty. And I did kind of the eye makeup. And then I went slightly above that with a little bit of a sparkly purple. And then I did this tan skin color, or which just added something that wasn't sparkly. And then I kind of just put that under my eye, and I kind of just put glitter all over. I used my body glitter, put it all over my face, up in my hair. And then my dad actually did my hair for me, because one thing that I'm bad at, because I generally don't like doing it, I can do it if I need to, and I know how, is that I'm straight up lazy with my hair. I want it to grow long and just be really long, but I am straight up lazy when it comes to brushing it, and my hair gets literally, or when I mean lazy, I mean I brush it if we're lucky twice a month. And that's if we're lucky. If we're not lucky, then it's once. And stuff I'm very bad and lazy with my hair. So finally what happened is that finally my parents are okay, you need to brush your hair today. And then my dad helps me sometimes. He does it for me sometimes. That way I can be really lazy. And then it's not fun because it kind of hurts a little bit, because my hair's so thick and it's so tangly, and since it's always pulled back in a ponytail, and my head is sometimes a little bit more sensitive when it comes to brushing, because it's always pulled back. It's I just no. So then I did glitter up in my hair. I wore my rainbow Bobo Siwa bow. And then I had a small JoJo bow along with it just for touching. And I did my Petite and Pretty in clear mascara and brow gel. I liked it as a brow gel. I feel like mascara, it kind of didn't do much. I feel like it didn't do an insane amount, but I actually really liked it, and I am obsessed with it. I feel like if that's something I'll say is with Petite and Pretty. This is not sponsored, by the way. And the makeup is super long lasting. It literally lasted. I'm not joking. I still had my makeup looking pretty much amazing still. It looked pretty amazing. And when we got home at 10, well, no, not 10, I meant 12, 45 or something. We got home super late last night. And we actually, and by we, I mean me and my parents and Sam, we did not, actually go to bed until 1. Because when I'll explain. So, the reason we were actually planning and why we were leaving early was because my mom wanted to go to this one restaurant that it's fine. I feel like it's not my top picks ever, but it's not my top pick ever, but it's not terrible. So yeah, basically it's fine, it's not terrible. I actually kind of enjoy, but not like my top pick. And since it's a nicer sit down restaurant with a gift shop, I do not like the gift shop. I have actual for me, I am genuinely terrified of the gift shop. And I'm about to explain why. My mom wanted to go there and eat, so we did. That was our lunch. I ended up not really having dinner last night, but don't worry, I still don't worry, I kind of had, the reasoning was because I kind of had lunch at on time period that's right when lunch is ending, dinner's starting, kind of. At a right in between time period, and also I had a bunch of soda last night. It actually wasn't that much more than normal. It was half a soda more than normal. Usually I only have 2. I had 2.5. But last night I went it's all about fun tonight, gonna have fun. And then yeah, I'm gonna have fun. So instantly we wanted to leave early that way, in case, because it was a sit-down restaurant, in case they took a while and that sort of thing. Then we literally, so there's actually a funny story that happened, and I'll explain that in a minute, but we haven't gotten to that point yet. So we ended up hopping in the car and pretty much leaving, and we went to the restaurant. And the reason I physically am terrified of the gift shop is because I have a massive, a really bad massive I fear fake snakes. Of fake snakes, and it's not just the snakes. It's those fake, certain fake little things, and it's kind of, I can't say specifically, frogs. Fake frogs, just those fake, toy, thing. I have, a fear of them. And it's a pretty good fear. I feel it's pretty bad. And so, anyways, the reasoning is because you never know where they are in that store. With a lot of stores, I can kind of, with some stores, I can avoid them, Dollar Tree, Walmart. I never seen them in Target. I seen dragons in Target that aren't that scary, but not snakes in Target. It's just certain stores I can easily be oh, they're in the toy section. I just won't go near that. But with this restaurant, you never know where they are. And unfortunately, only they're usually in a spot that I have to walk past to go into the restaurant. You literally walk in, you're in the gift shop, and then you have to go past this little area into the restaurant. And that's usually where they are. So, we lucked out yesterday, though. Well, kind of. So, yeah, certain, things like that. So, we ended up going, I kind of knew from Squad Tour because me and my dad made a pit stop in there to pick up food on our way home, I kind of knew that, like, kind of where I think they would be at, which is there's one, like, shelf out with a bunch of bins, and that's where they are, or they were, like, once. Luckily, I didn't run into any yesterday. I looked in one bin and saw, like, the end of a tail of one, but I think it was just, like, the tail broke off, and, like, I don't know, like, it was traumatizing. Like, it wasn't traumatizing or anything, but we lucked out, like, didn't run into them, and then we, like, went in there, then our plan, unfortunately, I had to leave Sam, because Sam stayed home by himself, but now he's in here with me, sleeping. Yeah, I love you, Sam. He's like, I'm sleeping. So, and the reasoning is because my mom actually went to stay. Literally, what happened was we left there, we went to my sister's house to drop my mom off. We stayed there for a few minutes, like maybe 10. I don't really know. Like, and then me and my dad left, and now I snuck on plastic wrap, tape, and scissors into the car, and the reasoning was I thought they were gonna have XOG Pop merch, and if they were, I was gonna get the autographed poster, but then they didn't have it. So, yeah, I ended up getting some good merch that I'll show you in a minute. So, basically then, now, here's the thing. When we were at the house and my dad found out I was doing the hard out, he's like, you can do it, but, like, I don't want you doing something crazy and extreme. Because you gotta look presentable, like a lot of people are gonna be there and stuff. And then, and he realized I was one of the more, like, chilled, calmed down looks, considering everyone there. Like, I had, like, JoJo merch on, they had, like, hard eyes, they had sequins on their face, like, rhinestones, like, so yeah. So then what happened was we got there and I found out something. My dad paid a lot of money. He got the most expensive parking ticket. Like, don't worry, it wasn't like a ticket for, like, illegal parking. And, like, when you have to get, like, a certain, like, there's, like, 3 or 4 different ticket options that you have to get to actually park, like, at the venue. Like, you have to, like, and it's kind of just, not even a ticket really, it's kind of just a paper that says what section you get to park in. And I'm about to tell you something. You're gonna be mind blown. So, like, don't worry, my dad did not do anything illegal or anything, like, he got literally, I think he spent $70 just so he wouldn't have to walk. Like, I'm not joking, we literally got there, and they told us, like, okay, and you're gonna go all the way down there to the handicap parking, and you get to park in the handicap parking. And so, don't worry, like, that's what we were told to do, where we were told to park. We went out, we parked, and then, and all of a sudden we found, like, a table, like, kind of going in, and basically then there was a sign that said the meet and greet, like, entrance or something, and so we literally like sat outside for a few minutes, and then we overheard like someone telling someone, like one of the workers or something, and telling someone else to go around or something. So we went around, and after we realized, we ended up waiting outside for like an hour. And in that hour, I'm like basically doing nothing. One point, on one, like I had, let me show you this. I printed this out, and there's one girl that like came up to me and went like, "Hey, where you get that, like that situation?" And then because we went in and we asked them like, "Hey, where's the merch?" And they're like, "I in a little bit, like you'll go around." I might have to make 2 parts to this video because they're low. So basically, then and like things like my dad said she made it like so for an hour of just being bored. Then we went then finally, only it was getting close to time and we decided to wait inside. Now, this is where the story happened. I set a metal detector off and got away with it. Let me explain. We actually we think it's because of one reason, but my dad thinks he thinks it's actually both, but I think it's something. So what actually happened was they had these, so when you get into this line, and you show them your ticket, and then you have to take all metal, and all things like your phone, your cameras, like all of that, and put it in a bin, and you have to walk, like you slide the bin, like basically there's like a standing machine, you like slide it on this like table, and you walk through this machine, and it's a metal detector. Or well, my dad went in no problem. When I went in, it turned red. And they blamed the guy next to us. There was like 2 machines next to each other at a time, and then like a table. Oh, and they thought that it was the guy next to. Luckily, only I kind of felt bad when my dad like told me because I didn't realize. So I think we don't know. We think it might be like I think it was. I realized I forgot to take my necklace off, and it's all metal. So that's what I think it was. But my dad thinks it was. We think that the necklace had part of it, but we think it was that I have a lot of metal in my back. Like, I have rods, and like, I have like metal that's holding the rods in place, like, which is just like staples, apparently. And yeah. Okay, I'm gonna probably have to make a part 2 to the video. So basically, I got away with it. Because they didn't say anything to us. Later, the woman, or like the security person, and literally told the guy, like, next to us, because even though my machine was the one that turned red, he got blamed. Because they, like, went like, oh, like, luckily all they did was they made him step out and go through the machine again. And they, like, scanned him. And with, like, a wand thing. And then they told him he was clear to go. Unless they, like, found something, but they didn't. So luckily, or we don't think, they literally said, like, we're gonna, like, make you step through the machine again. And like, really, like, check. And if we find something, then you can't go in. If we don't find anything, then you can go in. Then we literally like went and then we asked someone about merch. There was like a worker there, and we asked her about merch, where the merch is, and she's like, they're two different. So there's two different entry like sides. There's like an east side and a west side, and that at both ends there's a merch booth at both ends. So we went to the one closest to us, and I ended up getting, let me pull it, this beauty. And on the back it just says Nickelodeon JoJo Siwa Dream, the tour. And, cause there's an and, I got this thingy. Let me press button. Wait, let me keep figuring it out. Come on. Well, you kind of get the concept. And you keep, wait, there we go. Okay. So, yeah, so that kind of happened. Oh, wait, I just gave you a spoiler. Or of something. So, I'm gonna make a part 2 to it, but I'll, like, give you a little more in this part. So, after we, like, got merch, they did not have XOD Pop merch, which was kind of why I grabbed the scissors, the tape, and the plastic wrap. I had brought it, and that was in case they did, like, autographed XOD Pop merch and stuff. So, yeah, basically, we went and, well, we were trying to find our seats, and the security, like, person, like, I told us, like, we're the next one over, so we went over, and then my dad's like, we're all the way down at that gate, and the security guard is, like, walking us down there, like, helping us find our seats and stuff, and he walks past the gate, and my dad's like, we get all the way down here, and he's like, yeah, you got the good seats. And so we literally were, like, pretty much, like, front row on the back. Like, what I mean is that there was a huge, like, section of, like, seats, and then there's, like, a huge, like, gap area with, like, the sound booth and stuff, and then there's, like, the back seats, which we were, like, very front row of that, and then we kind of had a little incident. Yeah, let me explain. I'm gonna kind of make you, I'm gonna kind of explain that really quick. So basically, my dad told me to sit down until the show started. I did not want to sit, but I, like, sat down. That's not what I'm talking about. Is that, I had Shane put this on, and then instantly, like, all of a sudden, and it was, like, finally time, and the bells came on, and they were performing, and all of a sudden my dad tried to tell me something. I cannot hear it. It's, like, loud. I'm having fun. I'm using my wavy thingy, and And finally, like, we get to where I can kind of hear him, and he's like, the people behind you can't see. And like, make me sit down. And I was kind of down about that because I want to dance, I want to be up and stuff. So I'm going to make a part 2.